Hey everyone, welcome to Fluent English with Podcast. I'm Ethan, and I'm here with my fantastic co-host, Lilah.
Hi everyone. I'm Lilah, and I'm so pumped to be here today. All right, Ethan, what's our topic for today? I'm dying to know.
Oh, it's a juicy one. Today, we're talking about dating apps and online romance. We're going to explore modern love vocabulary and dive into today's dating culture. Lilah, what's your first thought on this?
Oh, I love this topic. Yeah, it's so relevant, right? I mean, dating apps are everywhere now. It's like a whole new way to meet people. What do you think about them, Ethan?
Good question. I think they're pretty cool because they make meeting people easier, But sometimes I feel like they can be a bit much. Like, too many profiles to look at. What's your take?
Yeah, that's right. I totally get that. I think they're awesome for people who are super busy. You can connect with someone from your couch. But okay, I'll be honest, sometimes it feels a little fake. Like you're just looking at a picture and a few sentences.
Oh yeah, I hear you. All right, let's jump in. Today, we're going to break down some key vocabulary for dating apps and online romance. We'll explain each word carefully, share examples, and give you tips to use them confidently. Plus, we've got a dialogue coming up to show how these words work in real conversations.
Yes, and we're super excited because we've got 3 guests joining us in part 2. They're going to share their own thoughts on this topic. It's going to be so good. Okay, Ethan, let's start with the vocabulary. What's the first word?
Let's go with swipe. This is a huge one for dating apps. To swipe means to slide your finger across your phone screen, usually left or right, to show if you like someone's profile. For example, you swipe right if you're interested and swipe left if you're not.
Yeah, that's perfect. Here's an example. You're on a dating app and you see someone's profile. Their photo is great and their bio sounds fun. You might say, okay, I'm swiping right on this person. But if their profile doesn't catch your attention, you'd swipe left.
Exactly. Here's a tip. You can use swipe casually in conversation. Like, I was swiping through the app last night and saw some cool profiles. It's a supernatural way to talk about using dating apps.
All right, what's the next word?
Let's do match. A match is when 2 people both like each other on a dating app. So if you swipe right on someone and they swipe right on you too, you get a match. That means you can start messaging each other.
Oh yeah, that's a big deal. For example, you might say, I got a match yesterday and we've been chatting. Or I've been on this app for days, but no matches yet. It's like the first step to making a connection.
That's right. A tip for this word. You can use match as a noun like we're a great match, or as a verb like we matched on the app. Also, here's another tip. If you get a match, don't wait too long to send a message. It keeps the conversation flowing.
Good point. Okay, let's do one more word. How about ghosting? It's not the nicest thing, but it happens a lot.
Oh yeah, ghosting. To ghost someone means to suddenly stop replying to their messages without any explanation. Like you're texting someone, things seem fine, and then, bam, they disappear. No response, nothing.
Ugh, that's so annoying. Here's an example. You've been chatting with someone for a few days and you're excited. Then they stop answering. You might say, I think they ghosted me. Or ghosting is the worst, it's so rude.
Totally. Here's a tip. If you don't want to keep talking to someone, try to be kind instead of ghosting. You could say something like, hey, I don't think we're a good fit, but best of luck. It's much better than just disappearing.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's share a few tips for using dating apps before we get to the dialogue. Ethan, what's one tip you'd give someone who's new to online dating?
I'd say be honest. Don't try to seem like someone you're not on your profile. If you love reading, say that. If you're into sports, mention it. People will connect with the real you.
Love that. My tip is to go slow. You don't have to reply to every message right away or swipe right on everyone. Take your time to find people who seem like a good fit. Makes everything easier later.
All right, great advice. Now let's move to our dialogue. We're going to share a short conversation between 2 friends, Jenny and Sam, to show how these words are used in real life.
Hey, Sam, you still using that dating app you told me about?
Yeah, I've been swiping a bunch. Actually, I got a match last week and we've been texting a bit.
Ooh, that's exciting. What's their profile like? Do they seem cool?
They seem nice. They're into music, like me, and their bio was pretty funny. But, I'm kinda nervous about asking them to meet up.
Oh, you've got this. Just be yourself. Maybe ask them about their favorite band or something to keep it chill.
Yeah, okay, that's a good idea. I'll message them tonight. Oh, but you know what? I matched with someone else a while back, and they totally ghosted me after a few days.
No way. That's so frustrating. Did they give you any hint before they stopped replying?
Nope, just vanished. Oh well, I'm not too bothered now. This new match seems way better.
That's the way to go. Let me know how it turns out, okay?
All right, that was fun. Lilah, what did you think about Jenny and Sam's conversation?
I thought it was super natural. I liked how Sam was excited but also a little unsure about his new match. That's so real, especially when you're just starting to talk to someone. And the ghosting part? Yeah, that's something a lot of people deal with.
Oh, totally. I thought Jenny was a great friend, giving Sam that push to keep the conversation going. And I liked how they used swipe, match, and ghosting in a way that felt so normal. It really shows how these words pop up in everyday chats.
Yeah, that's right. I also think it's cool that Sam didn't let the ghosting thing stop him from trying again. It's like, okay, one bad experience doesn't mean you give up.
Absolutely. All right, we've covered some vocab, shared tips, and heard dialogue. But we're not done yet. We have 3 guests who are going to share their own experiences and opinions on dating apps and online romance.
Oh yeah, we have talked about key vocabulary like swipe, match, and ghosting, shared some tips, and listened to a dialogue between Jenny and Sam. All right, Ethan, who's joining us?
Let's introduce them. First, we have Tara, who's been using dating apps for a while and has some great stories. Then, there's Jay, who's newer to online dating but has a lot of opinions. And finally, we have Priya, who's kind of skeptical about the whole thing. Welcome, everyone.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, this should be fun.
Hi, everyone. Okay. I'm ready to share my thoughts, but I'll warn you, I'm not the biggest fan of dating apps.
Oh, that's perfect. We love different perspectives. All right, let's get started. Tara, since you've been using dating apps for a while, what's your take on them? Like, how do you feel about online romance?
Good question. I think dating apps are amazing for meeting people you'd never cross paths with otherwise. Like, I've met some really cool people who share my hobbies. But, yeah, it takes effort. You have to swipe through a lot of profiles to find a good match.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. So what's one thing you've learned from using these apps? Any tips for our listeners?
Okay, my biggest tip is to make your profile stand out. Don't just write, I like food and travel. Be specific. Like, say, I'm obsessed with spicy tacos and hiking at sunrise. It gives people something to message you about. Also, don't take ghosting personally, it happens to everyone.
That's such a good point. Being specific really helps start a conversation. All right, Jay, you're up. You're newer to dating apps, right? What's your experience been like?
Yeah, I just started a few months ago. Honestly, it's kind of wild. Like, there are so many people out there. I've had some good chats, but I'll admit, I got ghosted once, and I was like, whoa, what did I do? But now I'm learning to just keep swiping and not stress about it.
Oh, totally. That's a great attitude. So what's one word or phrase you've picked up from using dating apps? Maybe something our listeners can use?
Let's go with vibe. It's not just a dating app word, but it's big in online romance. You might say, I got a good vibe from their profile, meaning you feel like you'd get along. Or, we didn't vibe in our chat, if the conversation felt off. For example, I matched with someone last week, and we had a great vibe because we both love old school hip hop.
Oh, I love that. Vibe is such a useful word. Okay, Priya, your turn. You said you're not a huge fan of dating apps. Tell us more. What's holding you back?
Yeah, okay, I'll be honest. I've tried a couple of apps, but I find them kind of shallow. Like you're judging someone based on a few photos and a short bio. I prefer meeting people in person, where you can feel their energy right away. That said, I get why people use them. They're convenient, especially if you're busy.
That's a fair point. So, even though you're skeptical, have you learned any dating-related vocab that stands out?
Yeah, I'd say catfishing. It's when someone pretends to be someone else online, like using fake photos or lying about who they are. For example, you might hear, "I was chatting with this guy, but then I found out he was catfishing me with someone else's pictures." It's rare, but it's good to know the word.
Oh wow, that's an important one. Here's a tip for our listeners. To avoid catfishing, you can ask to video chat early on. It's a good way to make sure the person is who they say they are. Alright, let's dig a bit deeper. Tara, what's one thing you love about online dating and maybe one thing you don't like?
Okay. I love that you can connect with people who share your interests, like, instantly. I matched with someone who's into pottery, and we bonded over that. But what I don't like? Sometimes people don't put in effort. Like, they send a boring message like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Come on, give me something to work with."
Yeah, that's right. A good message makes all the difference. Jay, how about you? What's a pro and a con for you?
All right, a pro is definitely the convenience. I can swipe while I'm chilling at home. But a con? Sometimes it feels like a game, you know? Like, you're just collecting matches instead of actually connecting. I try to focus on quality over quantity now.
Oh, that's such a good way to put it. Priya, what about you? Even if you're not sold on dating apps, is there anything you like about them and something you don't?
Okay, I'll give them some credit. I like that they give you options, especially if you don't go out much. But, yeah, I don't like how they can make you feel judged. Like if you don't get matches, it's easy to think, "What's wrong with me?" That's why I prefer real-life conversations.
Yeah, I totally get that. Thanks for sharing, all of you. Let's do one more round. What's one practical tip you'd give to someone who's just starting with dating apps? Tara, you go first.
Alright, my tip is to keep your first message short and personal. Look at their profile and mention something specific, like, "I saw you love sci-fi movies, what's your favorite?" It shows you're actually interested.
My tip is to have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. If you get ghosted or don't get a reply, just move on. There are so many people out there. For example, I sent a funny message about pizza to a match, and it led to a great conversation.
Okay, my tip is to set boundaries. Decide how much time you want to spend on the app each day, like 15 minutes, so it doesn't take over your life. And if you're not feeling it, it's okay to take a break.
Wow, those are all such great tips. Alright, we're going to keep this conversation going in our next episode, but for now, let's wrap up part 2. Tara J. Priya, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your insights.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Yeah, super cool. I'm ready for round 2.
Thanks, guys. I had a good time, even if I'm still skeptical.
All right, everyone. That's it for part 2 of dating apps and online romance. We've got more to explore, so stay tuned for our next episode where we'll keep digging into this topic. Lilah, any last thought for now?
Just that I'm loving this discussion. So cool to hear different perspectives, and I think our listeners are getting some awesome vocab and tips to use in their own conversations. Keep practicing, everyone.
Totally. Okay, we'll see you next time on Fluent English with Podcast. Bye for now.